Well, welcome to our virtual Green Fair tonight. My name is Raina Leosa, Hawthorne Environmental Commission Green Team Chair. Welcome, everyone. So this is the programs we started back in February. We are on the March 23rd Hawthorne's Recycling Program. Next Tuesday, we have Lyme disease, and our final one is the virtual bird walk. So tonight, we are having Hawthorne Recycling Program. So let me bring up that presentation. And we have Maureen Cook here, who is the DPW Administrator and Recycling Coordinator, and also a Hawthorne Green Team member. So welcome, Maureen. It's all yours.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming out. As you know, we've been with the DPW. I've been with the DPW since 2015, and the recycling coordinator the past couple years, 2019. We partner with the Hawthorne Green Team and the environmental team on the recycling in town and different events. And so I'm good partners with them. You can turn the, thanks. So tonight's agenda is the recycling at the curbside, what goes out at the curb, being picked up by our contractor, B&B Disposal, whether it be recycling or garbage, we'll go through that. At the recycling center, what do we accept or don't accept down there? Construction and debris, what is it? How much can we bring? Do we have a fee? So we'll go through that. Yard waste, when is yard waste throughout the year? When do we collect it? When don't we collect it? Unused prescription drugs, that's through the police department. We'll go through that slide. Garbage rules, there are town rules, ordinances that we have to abide by. So we'll go through that slide. Communication, how do we get the word out to everyone? There's recycling coach and other nixles and other things. Now that we don't have a paper in town, we do have social media, and we'll go through those slides. And Hawthorne's collection drives. What do we collect? What do we communicate to our residents to, have a drive, and what can you bring and collect to recycle? Go ahead. So as we go through this, if you have any questions, let me know. We can stop at any time. So every year we get a calendar, and I put together the recycling calendar. It looks like this. And a lot of our residents, most of our residents get them. Some do not get them through the post office. We have a bunch more down at the recycling center or at Borough Hall in our DPW office, or any of the offices in Borough Hall right now, with Borough Hall being not so open to everybody. We have them right at the receptionist desk when you walk in. So you can always grab a calendar. They're on the website. All that I'm going to go through tonight is in the calendar pretty much. This screen right here, this is our recycling schedule. It shows our zones, zone or ward. In the first page of your calendar, it tells you what ward you're in or what zone you're in. So it's an easy way of saying, okay, so like this week of March 22nd is this week we have paper and cardboard. It's yellow. It's black and white in our calendars, but we do have these sheets that are available too. And again, it's on our website for collection every week. And I do try to put out a nixle at least the beginning of the month to get you started for the month. And then it's every other week of paper. The next week is cardboard. It's cardboard and paper this week, cans and bottles next week, so on and so forth. Did anybody have any questions on this? No. Okay, next. So what we recycle at the curbside. cardboard boxes, and paper. So again, our recycling company will pick up the paper products, the cardboard. What we'd like to have is all the cardboard broken down and put into a cardboard box so that you don't even need to put it in a container or anything like that. They take away the box. They take away all your boxes that are flattened and they just take it away and you're done. You don't have to worry about a barrel rolling down the street or whenever when it's windy. Papers, we do try to bundle them up. Again, you know, not to have them all cluttered on your curb, all open and not broken down, and the wind comes or a big truck goes by and then the next thing you know, there's garbage everywhere or recycling cardboard everywhere. So we like to just, you know, be neat about it. It's your property, you know, take the initiative and put your paper products, paper material together, bundle them together, put them in boxes as I have shown here. You could see, you know, everything is stuffed into one box. It's so easy for them to just, you know, put it away and put it in the truck. Questions on this? No. Okay, so recycling pizza boxes. This was a big question because and we did ask the schools about this too, or told the schools about this, you know, because they always have pizza day. What do they do with the boxes? So you have your pizza box, you open the pizza box. A lot of times there's no oil on the top cover. It's perforated. So most of the time you could just rip the top off and put that in your box the top is to be put in the box to be at the curb to recycle. The greasy part is garbage. A lot of times the whole box will go in the garbage. I understand that's fine. And, but it's not all recyclable. So if the grease is on the cardboard, the grease cannot go into the recycling bin. So we do get penalized at transfer stations when there's oil. Sometimes there's oil substance, like people doing their cars and there's oil and they put oil in with the cardboard. It's a mess and it is a penalty at our transfer station. Once the company picks up and brings it to the transfer station, they penalize us. So we do get dinged for that. So it is important. A cardboard box that has oil on it is not recyclable. That is garbage. So bottles, cans, and plastics at the curb. So we, first of all, it should be clean and totally empty. So if you have a jar full of, you know, mayonnaise or peanut butter or whatever it is, juice in the juice box, you know, it's in the bottle and container, it's a mess. It's not recyclable. Yes, they do clean up at the transfer station and all that, but we would like to see clean and totally empty bottles, cans, and plastics. Our numbers that we use are 1, 2, and 5. So if you have questions about what is 1, 2, and 5. So 1 is like your soda, your juice bottles, stuff like that. And that is, you know, so jars and sodas, water bottles. We used to collect caps, and I'll get into that next, but we do, you know, just take the caps off. So the cap's in the garbage right now. Numbers 1, that's numbers 1. Number 2 is like shampoo bottles. It's like detergent bottles. It's a little sturdier. It's high density. So that's your number 2. Number 5 is your yogurt, your butter tubs, stuff like that. Plastic hangers, a little bit heavier, but that's what number 5s are. So in the triangle, you'll see 1, 2, or 5. That's what you can put out at the curb. We collect it also down at the recycling center, of course. Plastic shopping bags cannot be put out at the curb. They do not get recycled at where we are at the transfer station. Plastic shopping bags is a no. It will get tangled in the machinery that they have there, so they do not want plastic shopping bags at the curb or in the recycling. Like I said, plastic caps, we were collecting them. We had a purpose for that. Actually, that was when I was going through my classes for the recycling coordinator. I did have to do a project, and one of the projects I decided was to collect the caps and what can we do with them. And we did make a mural, and we'll show you a picture, but we did make a mural down at the recycling center. But the reason why we don't at this point collect caps or actually put caps in the recycling center, in the recycling at the curb, is they do get caught in the machines as well at the transfer station that we use, and they have asked us not to put plastic caps within the plastic and commingle. So that's why we don't do it. There is a company out there that does, I'm sure there's many, but I know a company that we used to send our caps to. And I went through Whole Foods and we collected a lot. The next slide shows, I think it's the next slide, Raina. We collected many caps, and we collected them for the mural that we did down at the recycling center, but we also collected them so that we could have them shipped off of, we sent them to Whole Foods in Ridgewood, and then Ridgewood would send them off to this company called Give Me Five. It was a preserve actually, and Give Me Five was this a program that they have where they melt down the caps and they make different things. There's a whole catalog. There's a website on it. I actually bought measuring tapes, not measuring tape, measuring cups from them. But I have talked to Whole Foods this year and they said, no, we're not collecting them right now. So unfortunately, there's so many that I received from quite a few people, dropped them off still at the Borough Hall, and we're just not collecting them right now, and I'm sorry, and but thank you for doing that, and we do just put them in the garbage right now. The next slide shows what we did down, Mary Mahon and myself. Mary's also on the environmental and the green team. She and I did this mural. We talked about the Hawthorne bee, and we decided to put that on our little shed that's down at the recycling center. So it's still there. That was from 2019, so it's still intact. If anybody wants to do something like that, we could do something again, maybe the schools or something. The next slide just shows what we do accept and don't accept. This was sent out to everyone. I don't know, a couple of years ago, I put the slide together. I sent it to the businesses as well, so they know what we do as well. All businesses have to recycle. We all have to recycle. It's a state law, but just so the businesses know as well. So this flyer was sent out a couple years ago. Milk cartons, some people, we used to think that milk cartons was not recyclable or it was with the cardboard. It actually is with our commingle, our bottles, cans, and plastics. You can take the cap off and rinse it out, and you can also put it in the plastic material. What else? If there was any other questions on this slide, aerosol sprays, we're not collecting. Caps, we don't collect. Plastic bags, we don't collect. Anything with food in them as well. Even after you wash it out, these plastic containers over here, the black containers, we actually don't recycle them at the curb. Okay, so that was at the curb. So now we're starting to get into what do we do down at the recycling center. Our hours right now are 8:30 to 4, Monday through Saturday. We have construction and debris, which I'll get into that. That's the second and fourth Saturday of every month. from 9 to 12. Our guys are down there. The DPW is now down there collecting construction and debris items and material. I put on here that there are cameras down there. So if you, we have had some, dumping illegally, and we're trying to, fix that and not have that happen. And so 8:30 to 4, Monday through Saturday is when we're open. So what do we accept down at the recycling center? So we have appliances and electronics, metal, carpet, and books. So hardcover books are acceptable at the center, and soft cover we can actually have at curbside as well. So you can call us up during the week. Corrine, who was on before, Corrine and Phyllis, who work in my office with me, appliances, metal, or electronics that need to be picked up at the curb. And we'll pick them up at the curb for you, free of charge. So, and what we do is they go down to the recycling center. We have containers down there for each of these items. And we do have a place for them. We bring the electronics to E-Revival in Patterson. They're our electronic company that we deal with, and they're the appliances. We do get money for different appliances and metal. So different places in Patterson and different locations that we do deal with, and we do get money for them. Carpet, we still we do recycle, take at the recycling center $5 to $20, depending on the size of the material of the carpet. So that's still being, you still have to bring that down to the recycling center. That may change in the future, that we can pick it up at the curb, but right now we're still having to bring it down there. Is there any questions about this? What we accept? There's still more slides about what we accept and don't, but what we don't accept is household batteries. They're not recyclable anymore. We do take car batteries, but we don't take household. They are garbage now. Latex paint or water-based paint is, we're not a hazardous waste facility. So the paint cans, if you still have paint in them, we tell everyone to just put kitty litter in it or sand, and it dries it up. You take that out and you wipe it out, and they're clean again. And they're not perfectly clean, but they are without paint in them. We take that down at the center, the metal cans. If it's oil-based paint, that will go to the hazardous waste through Passaic County. And I don't have the slides with me, but we do have, well, you can go on the Passaic County website where the hazardous waste is, or you can go on their website and find that out. But we have flyers for that. Fluorescent tubes, we don't take them any longer. Again, that's another Passaic County thing. We may have it in the future, a company I'm working with or need to work with to see if we can get a location down, like a tube, some kind of container or something that we can collect tube lighting again. But right now we're not, and that's going to be through your Passaic County facility if you have that to get rid of. So like I said, we have appliances you bring to the center, or we can pick them up. Antifreeze you bring to the center. Car batteries, cans, aluminum, cardboard, electronics is appointment, but you can bring all this stuff down to the recycling center, yes. What else? Motor oil, we do charge 50 cents per gallon. and oil filters you can bring down to the center. We have a company that we deal with them picking up. More is, and all these are in the calendar too, this information. Pallets, plastic bottles, propane tanks, rugs and carpet, no shopping bags, shredded paper we take, the clothing bins, the textiles. We have quite a few clothing bins down there that the company just comes and goes. You know, I'm not really too much involved with them. That is other outside companies that come in and they collect, and it's through them that it's available. We made it available for them to have clothing bins down there. Tires, yard waste is seasonal. Definitely no grass. And the green discs, any kind of discs or videotapes, if you have a lot, you know, we do have small green discs containers at the municipal building and the library. And we do recycle that. Construction debris. So we have this, like I said, every second and fourth Saturday of each month, 9 to 12 at the recycling center. There's permits online, or you can get them at Borough Hall. It's $35. Excuse me one second. I need a drink of water. $35, 2 car loads or $50. And the construction debris is like scrap wood, any kind of things that you're taking off the walls, the bathroom tiles, wood flooring. No hazardous material, no asphalt or brick. And even when you're doing concrete and you're bringing concrete down, it has to be pure concrete, no bricks or anything in it. We will get penalized for that at the transfer station in Patterson that we use. Excuse me. So now we'll get into yard waste briefly. Yard waste starts in April. It's the first Tuesday and Wednesday. So it's like April 6th, I believe, 6th and 7th. It's a once a week thing. We will have leaf bags at the recycling center. They should be coming soon, actually, where you can purchase them 3 for $1. During leaf season, November and December, we do give out leaf bags. There's 15 that we give out per household or whoever comes down to the recycling center. So that's November and December that leaf season is, and the schedule, you know, November and December, it's iffy because the guys are always picking up. Our Gata company that we use always picks up on their regular Tuesday and Wednesdays. No grass is to be put down at the recycling center, but you can put it out at the curb and they will pick it up. So that's going to start up real soon, April 6th and 7th. Okay, so with all the recycling that goes on and our businesses as well, I send out a tonnage report is submitted once a year to the state, and I'm actually working on it right now. But so all our businesses or haulers that pick up for the businesses do report back with numbers. How much did they recycle throughout the year, the prior year? And they give me those numbers, and I report them to the state by the end of April. And we will get grant money for making, having the businesses do what they do, and the recycling that we do at the curb and at the recycling center. So, jointly we submit all these numbers and how much tonnage wise, and we do get some grant money that will help us to, upgrade some things, get some recycling bins. We're getting a gate down to go around the recycling center soon in April time. We need to get some improvements. There's some things that have to be improved down at the recycling center. So the grant money will help with that. And so so it's important, it's the law, but it is important that we recycle correctly and properly and then report it. So I do work with the businesses about, that's what I'm working on right now, actually, for that. So if you have any questions about that. Prescription drugs. So we'll go into a little bit more, a few more slides of what's next. So prescription drugs, this is through the police department. It's another thing for recycling wise. I wouldn't say we're recycling drugs, but we are like handing them into the proper place. So the Hawthorne Police Department has a secured drop box, and you can put your any meds that you have 24/7. They're available, that you can drop this off to them. Just wanted to throw that in there. Garbage rules and regulations. This is just another thing that's in the calendar, but I just wanted to, remind everybody to, we had some really windy days this past month, and, garbage cans and garbage and recycling and, empty garbage cans were all around. So, putting your number, or not your like your house number or your street or your address on a can may be helpful, because it might be a block away. We do allow up to 6 garbage cans per household. We want you to put your garbage in a can, not just in a bag and on the street. Animals get to that. Don't place recyclables in your garbage. These are just some of the rules that we have, to make sure that it's clean. It's, our town, we still want to look clean and, not have garbage all over the place. So, just some rules that we have in place. Okay, so here's a way of communicating what's the Recycling Coach app. This is on your smartphone. You can download this app, and it tells you, you put your address and your information in it, and it tells you, it'll pop up like, oh, tomorrow is, yard waste, or, this day is recycling. And it tells you what it's linked to our town. So, so that way it's a reminder, and you can go to it. You can ask you can ask it questions on what do I do with this? And it tells you, you can bring it to your recycling center, or you can put it at the curb. It tells you what's going on in our town, what's on at your address on that day. It's personalized, and it's a handy tool to have. So that's one way. That's just about, what's recycling and what your garbage too, your garbage day, your yard waste day. So that's one way of a reminder, besides our Nixle, which will be next. Nope. So I did, these are now our Hawthorne collection, but there's a couple of slides of other communications. So I don't know, Raina, if you can get to the Nixle maybe next, or do you want to go through the Hawthorne recycling? We can. A couple events that are coming up is our shred day is coming up. Yeah, so, okay. So we'll talk about this for a minute, and then we'll go back to the Nixle. So shred day is coming up April 17th in the municipal building parking lot to 12. The words down here are polystyrene and foam. That is another word for our styrofoam. We used to say styrofoam, now we're saying polystyrene. So that is same thing as we had before. It's white. This is our foam. We're now calling it a different name. So when you see the yard signs out there saying, this Saturday, the polystyrene foam is going to take place, you'll know what it is. And here's our event from Saturday, January 9th. We had a big success and a lot of helpers. We were all helping. We had a big 30-yarder that was full, and then another dump truck. So 175 bags, and then large pieces along with over 125 cars. So we had a lot of advertisement, and a lot of people came out for this event. So we're looking forward to April 24th. Hopefully it won't rain, and we'll be able to collect more of our polystyrene foam. I have to correct that. And it's not peanuts. It's not, you know, the styrofoam that we know of drinking cups and anything with food in it. Nothing like that. No spongy foam. It's actually the white, hard styrofoam that we're used to, the polystyrene that we're used to. So that is going to happen. Like I said, Passaic County has their a lot of information. We have flyers on the website, and there's different events that come up throughout the year. Household hazardous waste is a big one because we don't collect that at our recycling center. So we do get a lot of calls about that. You know, when can people get rid of paint or other items that we don't collect? And so hazardous waste is actually this Saturday, the 27th, and I can get you that information. It's going to be at the Wanacue Community College over there. So from 7:30 to 2, I believe. So if you have paint or any other hazardous waste that you want to get rid of, this Saturday is the day for that. But they do, we'll actually, they will actually have Passaic County coming to Hawthorne, I believe in September for a shred day. So they do use our Hawthorne facility. They've been to Ray Ave Museum parking lot there. I think the shredding is going to be at the pool at that time in September. But the information is on this slide. It's also in our calendar and on our website for any information that you need. You can always call us at the office, DPW office, for any of this information. So again, here, this is what I was going to talk about before, the best ways of communicating. We had the borough website, of course, is always being updated, and we're thankful for that. The sign outside is always being updated with information in front of the borough hall. We have our website. We have Nixle that comes on your smartphone of all events, the coach app. Our Facebook is being updated regularly. My calendar, as well as on our cable TVs, and of course calling our offices, we're always there, so there's always a message. If a lot of information on my phone message as well, so on what's going on during the week, so what's being recycled, and you know, C&D and stuff like that. So we have a lot of information. We want to give it out. We want to make sure that you have the information that we want to give out. So again, here's Nixle and how you get onto Nixle. So it also is in the calendar on how to, how do I get onto Nixle? How do I get the messages? This is how you do it. You set yourself up. There's an account that you have to set up, but it's a very simple, easy way to do it. It tells you right here, and this information is in the calendar. It's also on our website. And if you need help, always call us. That's no problem. So last weekend we had a cleanup, and I just wanted to end it with our Hawthorne bee to defeat litter, help the bee defeat the litter that we have, that we see, that our wind is blowing around, that things just happen, that it gets, you know, around, and we have garbage around that we need to clean up. And as a community, we need to clean up. So, you know, we have a Hawthorne bee little mascot here that, you know, clean up, help us clean up. There's ways that you can help out, and give us a call. And we, you know, you could be a part of clean up at any time. Like I said, last weekend, we cleaned up over by the Passaic River entrance, the gateway, and had 17 bags of cleanup and of garbage and recycling items. So, and that's just one small area. So you can help us out as well. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.
Maureen, can I ask a
Maureen,
question?
thank you so much.
Yes.
Carol, go ahead. Lisa,
Yeah,
go ahead.
the yard waste, I know it's seasonal, but you can always bring it down there, right? Like if branches come
Yes.
down and things?
Yes, again, no grass is to be
No.
down at the recycling center, but yes, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. Yes, you can bring your Christmas tree, your shrubs, your twigs, definitely. There's always, right now, they even put mulch out already. They have dirt there. And they have, you can drop off brush at any time.
Okay, thanks.
Lisa?
Maureen,
Maureen, for the
Hi,
recycling,
Michael.
for the cans and bottles, do you have to take the label off?
No, you
No, you
don't.
just have to make sure they're clean inside.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm?
Thank you.
Hi, Michael. I'm sorry.
hi,
Mike.
Maureen, how are you?
Good.
I just want to make a suggestion that you stress a little more the fact that the recycle center, once it's closed, you should not go there after hours. If you want to just drop off a bag of paper or a bag of yard waste and the gate's closed and you think you want to just walk in and drop it in, you shouldn't do that because the cameras are on and they will get you. And I know because they got me. Okay, it cost me almost $100. Okay, I
Sorry.
paid to the town for not dumping garbage, for just putting a couple of bags of paper in the recycling. And
Oh.
there was no way getting around it. Once the ticket is written, that's it. So yes, me, member of the Hawthorne, green team,
I'm
the
sorry.
Environmental Commission, I had to pay for putting my recycling there. And I think you should put signs up that say, you're on camera and you're gonna pay a fine, so don't do it. Because, I mean, yeah, I saw the sign, don't, we're closed and don't, but who would think that that's gonna happen and there's no getting around it?
Well, there,
Not a
what
pleasant
we
thing.
are, yes, go ahead.
I'm just saying, it's just, never, go ahead.
I'm sorry. So we do want to make a change with that. We do have better signs that we're going to be putting up. We're going to get this gate to hopefully, stop that. But it sounded like you just went at the off time and put it in the right place. You didn't just drop it there at the gate, which
No.
is good. So I'm sorry that happened. But we will have better signs and put it out. The gate hopefully will be up in another week or two. So, and you're right. We are trying to improve and change and make people aware of our opening hours and what happens. The cameras do work. So
Yeah, they definitely work, but and I'm not alone there. And almost every time I go there after hours, there's always other people doing the same thing. And they're just putting their bag of yard waste where it belongs or their bag of paper. They're not really doing anything wrong. So it's kind of a little unfair, it's something to think about, something to work on maybe. How do you let people know a lot better than you are now, because the gate is not doing it,
right.
and,
So we
and the
have to have
gate was
better
only on one
signs.
side, so you can go around the other side before.
Right. So that's what we're going to change. The gate will be on the other side. And there will be some more better signs. Yeah. So, I mean,
Okay.
maybe other suggestions, we might be open one night late, we might change that as well. So that might make it easier for those
That's,
people at work or something. I don't
yeah,
know.
that's a big part of it, because, you close at 4 o'clock on a Saturday and a Sunday. And, most people, if it's a beautiful day, you spend the afternoon cleaning up, you accumulate a bunch of bags of yard waste, and now it's 5 o'clock. It's still light. It's gonna be light out for hours, but you run
Mhm.
down to drop them off because you don't want them hanging around. And lo and behold, bang, we
They
got you.
gotcha. Yeah. All right. Well, something to look at. So thank you.
A little salt in the eye, that's all.
Does anybody else have anything additional? All right, I'll just bring up my last slide. Just want to thank you all for helping make Hawthorne a greener, better place to live and work. As you know, we recorded this program tonight. We will be uploading to our YouTube channel, and also be on Facebook and our website, the borough's website, the Green Team Committee. So I just want to thank everyone for coming out. If there's any additional questions, let me know right now before we end the program. Anybody has any additional questions, comments? And by the way, oh, go ahead, Jack. And by
Why
the way,
not?
the
Let me say
presentation
something.
will be on the website as well. So you'll have this as well.
So let me ask the question this way. Maureen, it sounds like you do a lot of negotiating with various recyclers and suppliers and everything else. Could you just say a word about the larger context of recycling right now? For example, Whole Foods used to take Amazon plastic shopping bags and recycle them, and they stopped that without any notice fairly recently. It's getting harder and harder to do recycling. Can you comment on that?
I think it has a lot to do with well, first of all, COVID. So like we were going to start the treks, the green team and the environmental team, Brainless team. We were going to start the treks campaign where the heavier plastic, we were going to collect that and go through the treks company to get a bench. I mean, we still want to do that eventually, but in order to do that, we have to collect it, and then we have to, bring it to a store. So a lot of the stores told us that, no, we're not collecting it right now due to COVID. So, I mean, that is one thing. The end market is, not the greatest in certain areas either. So, so that may be a reason why as well. Like I know our hard plastics right now, like our garbage, like our the heavier toys that the kids have, that the hard plastic or the I don't know, recycling bins itself, like if there's a broken one or something, we put them in a container down at the recycling center. Well, right now our transfer station says you have to pay us to get rid of that because it's not recyclable right now. There's no end market for it right now that they can give me money for that. So they told me that is going to be trashed, and that was just happening. That just happened a couple of weeks ago when we emptied out our container down at the center. So we are still, of course, recycling it. We're still going to put it in that bin, and because it will come around again. Like recycling changes constantly. So, so that is one thing that, it's just the constant change, I think. So I don't really know if that's a great answer, but I know it's the end market has a lot to do with it. So, and like with the caps, I wish that we could still collect them and do something with them. Well, in order to do that, you saw like one big bag is 70 to 85 pounds. So in order to mail that somewhere, right now we're losing money when we recycle. I mean, it is true. But we do get money for the metal. We get money for the appliances. We get money, in different ways. And overall, like, that's what I wanted to share with you about the tonnage report, because that is important that our businesses and that you continue, because even our big company, Gata or our B&B, they still are picking up and we're still doing the transfer station and all that, we're still getting a tonnage amount for the year, and I'm still submitting that to the state. So there is still money going to come in for the year from last year from the grant. So there is, it might not be on a weekly, monthly, here's a paycheck, here's a check like that. But overall, like, it is helpful and it is better than putting it in the landfill, So when you think of it that way, if there was an end market, that would be even better. I would love to see all the things that, recycling and the plastics make. And
Could I also put in a plug for something called Free Cycle?
free
Where
cycle.
you have things that you might otherwise throw out, but you think someone else might have a use for. You can sign up on Free Cycle and maybe find an individual who'd be willing to take it off your hands.
Yeah, that's always the best way. So that's great. Thank you.
Good suggestions.
It's
And
a big
we
one.
also just created Buy Nothing in Hawthorne, Jack. That's a Facebook page, and it's similar, which is great. It's about reusing materials. And also just to follow up what Maureen's talking about, the recycling markets. It's better to recycle than to put it in the landfills and those tonnage. So the fees that go with that, it's always best to recycle. The market also crashed because of China of not taking the recyclable materials as well. So we really need to bring back the recycling manufacturers in the United States so that we could do it all in-house instead of shipping overseas. So, that's a part of it too, but it's always about recycle, reduce, and reuse. Is the three R's that go together.
Yeah.
But we've always been a very strong town with recycling and especially education through the school system. So I see some hands up. Lisa, why don't you go first?
Oh, okay. Oh, Maureen, I wanted you, for the batteries, the regular household batteries, you had said you could just throw them in the trash. I believe that Home Depot has a recycling program for the lithium batteries. I don't know if those are the same as the regular household batteries, but the lithium batteries, instead of waiting for the hazardous waste, I think you can bring them to Home Depot.
That's correct, Lisa. The
Yeah, that's
lithium batteries you can recycle through Home Depot. It's the nickel and alkaline batteries that you can throw in.
That's the regular ones that you throw out, correct?
Correct, unfortunately.
Okay, that's where I got confused. Okay.
Okay, Mike, hands up.
Yeah, I just, you said that you're not collecting caps anymore. Is that what you said?
right. We're not collecting caps anymore right now. So what that is garbage right now.
Really?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
got a bunch of those. And plastic bags,
Local
you're
food
suggesting we
stores.
throw them
Local.
out or we continue to say, is there any chance that we seriously will have a program in the future?
I believe so in the future, Mike, but I know that Stop and Shop does take the bags. The ShopRite in Fairlawn does not. So there are some limited supermarkets that are taking them, but the one in Wyckoff, Stop and Shop does. I brought some bags there.
Yeah,
ShopRite in Rochelle Park takes them. There's a big bag, a big box on the outside.
Right.
You can dump them.
Wyckoff and Oakland also ShopRites do too.
Yeah, and ShopRite is not part of the Trex program.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys? This
and
has been a
they're
great.
recycling them though, right?
Correct.
Okay, how do I put my hand down? Okay,
Anything else? This has been a great program going over the whole recycling, garbage, vegetation, waste, and also about the prescription drugs. Anything else? And like I said, the PowerPoint presentation will be posted on the website. We're recording this. It will be on our YouTube video channel, Hawthorne Environmental Commission. I don't see any more hands raised. Again, Maureen, thank you, and Corinne for being with us tonight. Great job, and everyone have a safe night and stay well.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Maureen.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.